My name is Ray, and this is my story. The biggest reason we moved to Wellington, Florida is about 15 years ago, my family and I moved from the New York City area to here in Palm Beach County, Florida. Trust me when I say this, there was a lot that went on to come up with that decision. I was formerly a Wall Street trader, my wife a designer, both in the heart of New York City, and we were looking for a start of a new life, and we decided to move to here, Wellington, Florida, within Palm Beach County, Florida. Today, I'm going to go over that story. Here, 15 years later, I help people from around the world move and think about moving, explain what it's all about to move to sunny South Florida. If you have any questions about what goes on around here or what's involved when it comes to moving into Palm Beach County, well, please drop your question in the comments section down below. Or better yet, here is my email address, and also my phone number is if you go to the About section on my YouTube channel. You can either text me or call me there. Either way, it'll get through. Also, in the description, there's a link. If you can click that link, that's a great way for us to schedule a call. That is truly the best way to connect. If you're comfortable with a phone call, great, or if you're comfortable with a Zoom call, which I prefer because I can show you things visually over the computer, that would be a great way to connect. So in my former career, I was a Wall Street trader. I ran a trading desk. I was a managing director for 11 years with BNP Paribas, one of the largest banks in the world, and we traded stocks. We traded equities. We traded a lot of them from around the world. Being a European bank, we trade a lot of European stocks. We did something called ADR arbitrage, and that's where I got my start with the stock market. So, but back in those days, this is right before the Great Recession that came later in 2008. Banks were preparing themselves for it way before that. They changed around they changed the way, their structure of what they were doing. Banks were shying away from taking risk. I was a proprietary trader for the bank, so and inevitably they had to start scaling back their trading activities. Once the bank did that, it gave me the opportunity. So at around 2005, we started planning our move to here into Florida. Both my wife Lily and I decided we wanted to move to Florida. We were not 100% sure where we wanted to move. At the time, we had 2 children. We subsequently have 3 now. One was born here in Palm Beach County, Florida. So we decided we wanted to go to Florida, but we weren't 100% sure where. So here is the story of why we chose Wellington, Florida. Palm Beach County is made up of, let's put it this way, it's 1.5 million people. And the north part of the county is very different than the south part of the county. To the very north, you have Jupiter, Florida, and to the very south, you have Boca Raton, Florida. When we first were considering Florida, we looked all over the state. We didn't yet decide on Palm Beach County. What we did was we looked all around the other parts of the state. My parents at the time lived in Clearwater, Florida, which is part of the Tampa Bay area. And in fact, we were very close to moving to that area. We looked at a town called Tarpon Springs, which is I still think is a great place. It's the northern part of the Tampa Bay area. We looked at several houses in that area, but we didn't fall in love with the area, to be honest with you. Tampa offers a lot. They have Busch Gardens, and they have a lot of things in the Tampa area that they offer, but to us it just wasn't exactly home. So from there we looked at places such as the Orlando area, which was also very appealing because you have Disney, and we have young kids, and we figured that would be a great way to to entertain them. You get Disney season pass, which we eventually did, but you don't have to live in Orlando to get those. All you have to be to get the discount is to be a Florida resident. Reach out to me if you want to know more about that. But so we looked at the Tampa Bay area, we looked at the Orlando area, we also looked at Vero Beach on the East Coast. So if you go directly east of Tampa, about the same, about as far north as what Orlando and Tampa is Vero Beach. Loved Vero Beach. Problem is for us, it was quiet. It was a beautiful beach, but if you went a little bit west of the beach, even anything west of 95, it became fairly sleepy. So we felt that wasn't for us. We looked up in the northern part of of Florida, such as the Jacksonville, St. Augustine area, still wasn't really for us. When we took our trip down, we explored all of Florida for quite a while. When we took our trip south, we came upon Palm Beach County, and that is where we decided. Originally, we were looking at, within Palm Beach County, Boca Raton. A lot of people have heard of Boca Raton, and for us, we had heard it because a lot of people from New York seem to come there. And if you go to Boca even today, here we are in 2021, you will find a lot of people that live there are originally from the New York City area. We thought Boca was great. We liked a lot about it was what a lot of all Florida has to offer, we figured. So the weather's nice. You have great regulatory, fiscal regulatory rules here in terms of taxes and the ability to have a homestead and so forth. But Boca was great, but it's just you can get that anywhere else in Palm Beach County, Florida. We felt. So we started. We were getting ready to drive back to New York after looking at several places in Boca, being a little bit. We knew we liked the area, but not being completely convinced that was the area for us. We ended up on the way back on our trip to New York. We ended up stopping in a town called Wellington, Florida. I'll give you a couple of facts about both Boca Raton and Wellington, Florida. Boca Raton is the southernmost city within Palm Beach County. If you go a little bit further south, you're in Broward County. Broward County is the county that has Fort Lauderdale, and it's a lot busier. I find Broward County to be a lot busier, more congested, and older. And when I mean by older, I don't mean in ages, I mean in terms of being established. Broward County is older than Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County is a bit more rural. Boca is the home of a couple of prominent universities, one being FAU, or Florida Atlantic University, and the other one is a private school by the name of Lynn University. The population of Boca Raton is about 100,000 people. It's the second largest municipality within Palm Beach County, second to only other than West Palm Beach, Florida. There are Boca has several Spanish influences. In fact, the name Boca Raton stands for a mouse's mouth. Some people think it stands for rat's mouth, but the literal translation for it is mouse. But that doesn't stop from like FAU, Florida Atlantic University. If you go to their tailgate section, they actually have a section where people tailgate called rat's mouth. So some people refer to it as that. Boca has three very distinct areas, in my opinion. You have the most eastern part, which is downtown. There's a lot going on there. Hard to park. It's very, very city-ish. A lot of condominiums and so forth. Then you have the middle part of Boca Raton, which is like where the Boca Town Center Mall is. It's a little bit more suburban. The Boca Town Center Mall is brilliant. It's a great place to go shopping. And then you have all the way west. They have West Boca, which because Boca is an older city in Palm Beach County, they've actually built it all the way out west. In fact, if you go all the way to the far western parts of Boca Raton, you're practically in the Everglades. Let's compare this to Wellington, Florida. Now, Wellington, Florida is about a half hour north. It's considered one of the premier western communities within Palm Beach County. Its population is lower. It's about 65,000 people, and it's probably best known as the winter equestrian capital of the world. In fact, it's the home of the Polo Hall of Fame, the Polo Museum, and every winter, starting in around December through April, they have polo matches on the weekends, and also actually, believe it or not, that a lot of people don't know, they actually have a lot of these events during the week. Wellington is the largest village within the state of Florida, believe it or not. So it's not quite large enough to be considered a city, but it is large, but it is quite large to be and still be considered a village. So why did we decide on Wellington? Well, a couple reasons. We felt that Boca Raton for our family was a little bit too congested. There's a lot of stores, lots to do there and whatnot, but we wanted something a little bit more rural. We moved here from Long Island, New York, Glen Cove, Long Island to be exact. And if you know Long Island at all, Glen Cove is the most northern part in Nassau County. It's a little bit further removed from places such as Garden City and Roosevelt Field. So we sort of wanted that sort of feel. We wanted to be near everything, but not necessarily in the midst of everything. And that's what I feel Wellington is all about. If you like what you hear and you like what you see, please do me a favor and hit that like button down below. What that'll do is that'll help get more people in to see my videos, and I want to help. My goal is to help more and more people learn more about Palm Beach County, Florida. One of the biggest reasons we decided to move to Wellington, Florida in favor of Boca Raton, Florida is we can get a bigger house for our money. So the lifestyle is also very different. There's a lot to do in both places, but Boca Raton is much more congested. If you're a city person, if you live in Manhattan, and you're used to being in a larger municipality, well, then maybe Boca is the place for you. I mean, having lived in many places, including Manhattan for 11 years, I still felt that I wanted someplace with a little bit more room. There's a lot to do in Wellington, but the underlying factor why we decided on Wellington was we were able to get a much larger house for our money relative to Boca Raton, Florida. One of the things I like about both parts, but whether it's Boca Raton, Wellington, is there's just a whole lot to do around here, and the weather is so nice that we could do stuff literally all year round. My softball team, as an example, we just finished up one of our seasons, and here we are in mid-September, and we're going to start a brand new season. Things like that you just could not do up in New York. The weather around here is just nice all year long, so we can do, whether the kids are playing soccer or playing baseball, we can do activities all year long. Now, in terms of Wellington versus everywhere else, they have a lot of nice parks here. One of the best parks I find in the area is Okehely Park. That's where they have the softball fields, and they have it's under lights, so you're basically playing night baseball or softball. We start our games at 7 o'clock. There's games at 8. There's games at 9. So you're able to play under the lights when things are a little bit cooler. They have BMX. They have dirt racing. They have water skiing there. There's so many things to do. So in terms of outdoor activities, there's a lot to do here in Wellington, Florida. One of the other differences between Wellington and Boca Raton is the amount of membership communities. Now, often when I work with people coming from other parts of the country, other parts of the world, they don't realize how many membership communities we have around here. And let me explain what that's all about. We have a lot of communities that are gated communities, and those are HOAs, homeowners associations. But that's not what I'm talking about when I mean membership communities. HOAs are communities that are governed by a homeowners association, and lots of times there's a fee that comes along with it. It can be very minimal. In fact, you have some that are like $50 a month, or there can be some that are up as $700 a month. A lot depends on the activities that the community provides. Now, when we talk about membership communities, that takes things to a whole nother level. Lots of times with membership communities, these are communities such as golf communities. So if they're geared towards the people who are maybe retired and want to play golf seven days a week. So the initiation fee on some of these places are anywhere between $50,000, and I've seen them in excess of $100,000. So in addition to buying your home, you have to pay that fee. And the other big thing about it is it's not financeable. So if you buy a home for, let's say, $400,000 and you have a $100,000 initiation fee, a membership fee, that $100,000 cannot be financed as part of your mortgage. The reason I bring this up is Boca Raton has a lot of membership communities. So when I set people up on home searches, lots of times they'll see a home that looks too good to be true in terms of what they can get for the price. Lots of times it's because it's a membership community. In general, membership communities go for less money. Why is that? Well, because there's a smaller audience that's interested in buying such a community. In addition to that large upfront initiation fee, there's also, in many cases, large social fees. So in addition to your homeowners association fee, they'll lots of times annually will charge you as much as $12,000 to $15,000 a year to be part of the association. If you're interested in moving to Palm Beach County, Florida, and you have a search set up through your realtor, it is important to let them know whether you are interested in a membership community, because it will literally make a big difference. I have found personally people that, and I have this conversation when I speak with people for the first time considering our area, it's something that we either can exclude or include at the get-go. what ends up happening lots of times is people see a home that they think looks great, and when they find out they have this huge membership fee, they lots of times decide against it. I find Wellington, Florida to be a village with a big town feel. What I love about this area is we are sort of like in a metropolitan area. The Miami metro area is about 6 million people. And when I say the Miami metro area, it's often defined as the Tri-County area, which is Miami-Dade, which is Broward County, which is where Fort Lauderdale is, and Palm Beach County, Florida. That encompasses the Miami metro area. And here in the most northern part in Palm Beach County, Florida, we have access to all the great things down there. If we want to go to do something culturally speaking, we can take a quick drive down to Miami. We want to watch a professional baseball game, a professional football game, professional basketball game, we have it here. So I find Wellington, Florida has all the benefits of a smaller town village and also at the same time all the benefits of a large metropolitan area. Well, I hope you found some value in this video here today. This was our story. When we came down to Florida, we weren't sure where we were going to end up, but here we are. We ended up in Wellington, Florida. So if you have any questions about any of the things you've seen here today, please drop your question in the comments section down below. In a couple of seconds, you're going to see a couple of things pop up. Over here, you're going to see a circle with my face in it. If you haven't already subscribed, that is a great way to subscribe to my channel. And over here is a link to another video. I'm going to let YouTube figure out what that video is for you. Hope you get a chance to check that one out. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one.